Whatever. I'm more and more starting to feel like the speeding the game, speed up, this is actually causing the game to have difficulties with stuff. I'm feeling like it's not really designed to be operated at this speed for this amount of time. Now, I'm not sure what else you're meant to do when you've got these gigantic monuments that take 9 million years to build. But we're almost done, so any issues in the city shouldn't matter here soon. almost there. We just have that side and this little bit here. Any second now. Bam. Oh my goodness gracious. That was enormous. 1440 blocks of plain stone and 1200 blocks of limestone, as compared to the 240 plain stone and 432 limestone for that one. So it's a bit of a difference. Oh, cow. Whoa. Okay, well, we have just these last few things to do. Luxury goods is the last thing. Was there anything else we wanted to do before finishing? Actually, I kind of wanted to throw a grand festival just to celebrate it, but the timing didn't work out, unfortunately. And I'm not waiting. Like, we would have to wait till July for that festival, and then wait for the next festival to be sometime next year. So no, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's good enough. Call it there. Just kinda take a look at the city and the way everything has turned out here at the end. Definitely not the most impressive city we've had. Not by a long shot. What do y'all need? Oh. Why are you struggling for beer? Oh, that's why. Well, that's just gonna have to remain a problem, unfortunately, because we are done here. Yeah, that's... Okay, lavish festival. I mean, do I want to... I'm going to order it, if nothing else. They can celebrate without us. We're gonna leave. Get one more good look at the pyramid. And all... Let's see, 2,640 blocks of stone. And, yeah. Gonna go ahead and... Nope, not that one. Do all of the luxury goods, and bam! And proceed.
All in Egypt bow to your accomplishments. You have built Khufu's massive pyramid and supplied it with the richest of burial provisions, and done great honor to Khafra, constructing his final resting place and his formidable sphinx.
Okie dokie. Final city funds 120,000. Whoa. Score is 8,000. I still don't know if that's good or bad. Ooh, we've got a choice. The height of the old kingdom. Baharia Oasis. The soldiers of Ra. Or Jedu Abusir. Worshipping Ra. Ooh. Well, let's... This one is going to be clearly a military-focused one. This one kind of is interesting. It's on the waterfront. Like, out on the delta. Let's take a look. What is this?
The reigns of Khufu and Khafra have come to an end, and with them so too is the fourth dynasty of Egyptian ruling families. But Lady Kentekawis, a distant member of this family, has given birth to a new pharaoh named Userkaf, and so the royal line continues unbroken. With Userkaf begins the 5th dynasty, an era that promises much change. Userkaf has decentralized the rule of our country somewhat and has granted more power to local authorities. Now nomarchs such as you are free to handle their own affairs. Pharaoh will not attempt the construction of a massive tomb to house him for eternity, for he has another project in mind for you. Pharaoh has declared Ra, god of the sun and of the kingdom, to be king of the gods, and intends to proclaim his sovereignty throughout the land. Many sun temples already dot the Egyptian landscape, but Pharaoh wishes to extend Ra's influence to the very edge of our kingdom. To accomplish this, you must build a fortified settlement at the Baharia Oasis, far into the western desert. Use what water you can find there wisely, for what little there is to be found so far from the precious Nile is usually coveted by the wild beasts of the desert. You must also beware of attacks by Libyan warriors and Bedouin of the desert, which have plagued the desert caravans of late. Plan your defenses carefully and make use of whatever resources, such as wood and game, you can find at the oasis.
Interesting. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a more military-focused one. Fortified settlement, and it does look like we're going to have a monument as well. Of some kind. Okay, what about the other one?
The reigns of Khufu and Khafra have come to an end, and with them so too has the 4th dynasty of Egyptian ruling families. But Lady Kentakawis, a distant member of this family, has given birth to a new pharaoh named Userkaf, and so the royal line continues unbroken. With Userkaf begins the 5th dynasty, an era that promises much change. Userkaf has decentralized the rule of our country somewhat, and has granted more power to local authorities. Now nomarchs such as you are free to handle their own affairs. Pharaoh will not attempt the construction of a massive tomb to house him for eternity, for he has another project in mind for you. Pharaoh has declared Ra, god of the sun and of the kingdom, to be king of the gods, and intends to proclaim his sovereignty throughout the land. Many sun temples already dot the Egyptian landscape, but Pharaoh wishes that the greatest be located at Jeddu, in the humid delta region of Lower Egypt. Like most of the delta, Jeddu is rich in game, fish, and other wildlife and vegetation, but offers few mineral resources. As such, sandstone needed for construction of the Sun Temple will need to be imported from the quarries at On. Cattle may be raised here to provide meat, though the herds require much straw for fodder. You'll need to clear land in order to create a suitable location for the Sun Temple. Be sure to sell enough of the precious timber you may harvest first, for once it is gone, you may not be able to acquire more. Bedet and Abjadu are always in need of wood and also game. Thus, trade with them should help to offset the cost of constructing this sacred monument.
Interesting. I can't help but notice that the monument rating is actually the same, even though this one seems to suggest that it's a much larger temple. Interesting. Well, They're both rather interesting, to be honest. Although, we've kind of been alternating between more military-focused and more, I suppose, city/monument-focused cities. So I suppose we'll probably do this one. I am quite intrigued by this, though. Let's go ahead and do the Oasis. What do we have? What do we have? We have a lot of space. Well, a decent amount of space. Said something about wild animals. What's... I see antelopes. Will there be hyenas? I see a crocodile. That's not really that big a deal. Okie dokie. We are going to be able to do wood here as well. Interesting. What's the monument? Sun Temple. Oh, it's also a sun temple. I wonder what that is. I mean, obviously, it's you know, it's a sun temple, but like, what does it look like? I'm curious. Guess we'll find out. Military stuff. Nothing much that's new. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm going to go and I'm going to carefully plan out how we're gonna handle this. Figure out where we're gonna put the monuments. We might, yeah, we probably will start this relatively early. And, yeah, see how we're gonna go about building this little city. So yeah, with that, I will say thank you for watching. Take care and farewell. I wonder how big we're gonna be able to get the houses. Oh! All of the trade routes will have to be land trade routes, so we're not gonna have to be fiddle farting around with docks. That'll be wonderful. Okie dokie.